Hey everyone, in today's video, I'm going to be showing you a tip that I implement to ensure that I hit my goal of 10,000 steps a day. Hey everyone, Mark here from Muscle Building Shorts. If you're a lot like me and millions of other people out there, you may have made the discovery that one of the greatest exercises for burning fat is to simply walk. See, walking, especially at a pace like I'm doing right here, it's very low impact, very low intensity. In other words, it doesn't need to draw upon our sugar stores, our ready available energy. It can dig a little bit deeper into our fat stores. So that's why walking is really great for fat burning. And like many people out there, you may have set yourself a goal of doing 10,000 steps a day. It's a very popular program. This is a great goal, it's very achievable for most people. However, this is something that people can do when they're new to the program or very enthusiastic in the beginning. But after a few days, or in some cases, even after a few weeks, you may find that things get in the way, life comes at you in all different directions, and you're not hitting those 10,000 steps a day. You could have your dinner later on in the evening. You look at your step counter, and you're only at like 6,000 or 7,000. The only way you're going to hit that 10,000 is to go on a long walk or hop on the treadmill for 45 minutes or so. And what do most people do when they're, it's the end of the day, they're getting tired? They say, we'll put it off, we'll do a little bit extra tomorrow. And how many times does that actually happen? So one of the things I've been implementing lately to help me achieve my 10,000 steps a day is something I like to call the step goal reward system. So what I'll do is first of all, I'll break up the day into 4 or 5 different key moments. So my morning coffee, breakfast could be one. Let's say a mid-morning snack could be another. Lunchtime could be another. Dinner time could be another. And then going to bed could be the last one. And what I want to do is I want to assign each one of these a step goal. So before my morning breakfast and coffee, I want to already be at 1,000 steps. By my mid-morning break, maybe 2,000 or 2,500. By lunch, 5,000. By before dinner, I want to be at about 8, maybe 9. And then, of course, by bedtime, you want to be at 10,000 steps. Now, to help me meet those particular goals, what I'll do is I'll also have some micro rewards come up throughout the day. Now, these can pop up at any time. So, for instance, let's say mid-morning, somebody text messages you, and you're kind of anxious to get back to them. What you could do is you could just take a quick check on your step count. Let's say you're at 2,000. Well, just tell yourself, listen, I'll get back to this person as soon as I get up to 2,500. So I only have to do 500 steps, and it only takes you 5 minutes. Can your friend wait 5 minutes for your response to the text message? I'm sure they can. So bang out your 500 steps, and then you can have your little reward by having your text message conversation with your friend. Another thing you might want to do is, let's say it does get up to, let's say, lunchtime, and you're only at like 4,300 steps. Well, you can delay your lunch for a few minutes, bang out, those 700 steps you need to do in order to get up to 500. Let's say later on in the afternoon, you get a little notification on your phone. One of your favorite YouTubers just uploaded, a recent video. You're kind of excited to watch that. Again, just before you do, check your step count. How are you? Are you a little bit behind? Bump it up. It could be 500 steps, could be 1,000 steps. But even 1,000 steps is only 10 minutes of walking. So certainly you can delay watching that video for another 10 minutes, right? So these are little things that I kind of look for. Let's say even in the evening, your wife says, hey, you want to sit down and watch our favorite TV show? Well, most of our shows that we watch in our household, we do it by streaming anyway. So we don't have to be sitting down right on the hour. We can delay it however long we want. So I'll be like, oh, wait a minute. Let me go for a 10-minute walk, and then we'll watch a show. And when you get all these little rewards for doing these little extra step bounces, you feel really great. You get to enjoy, the little program or that you want to watch, or the little activity you want to do, or that meal that you want to have, because you've achieved the goal. And you know what? I found out that ever since I started implementing this, 10,000 steps is super easy. In fact, most days I'm actually more like about 12,000 or 13,000 steps before I go to bed. So if you understand the gist of how this system can work, you might have your own little special little reward things that might pop up from time to time. Like, for instance, you might like to call your friend, around 2 p.m. every afternoon, kind of touch base, see how they're doing. Well, check your step count first. You tell yourself, I can't call my friend until I get to this point. Just do these little step bump ups. Anyway, I hope this step goal reward system is something that you can implement in your day-to-day activity. And I'm sure you have your own idea of what your special rewards are, whether it could be having a snack, a meal, meeting with a friend, making a phone call, whatever. Just every time you're going to do something that you're looking forward to, first give yourself a step check, bump it up, and away you go. All right, happy walking, everyone.